Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel and to the cabin. Jen's in finishing some classes up. I got a couple projects I'm going to get done before she's done with her day. It's a beautiful day. So anyway, here's our thing. I want to use the mule. Let's go see if the mule will start this morning. I'll transfer some stuff into the mule. I need to run the mule. All right, wish me luck. That was extremely lucky. This thing needs to be ridden a lot, and it's got like a 4 or 5 year old bat, maybe even older. Alright, that should be everything I need for fiddle farting for working for a little bit. Alright guys, first order of business, get a new battery in this thing. I knew the battery was getting old on this, but it's from 2016, so it's really old. Can't believe it worked as well as it did last year. And the more I think about it, you know, I know this isn't a fixed truck channel, but this truck, all these older Dodge Rams, I think 4th generation Rams, have TIPM issues. A TIPM is a total integrated power module. I'll show it to you here real quick. Alright, so battery's dead. Here is our TIPM, TIPM. This is our fuse box. These are known for having issues because they get corroded underneath. what you do is you have all these fuses in here. Okay. Here's your fuses. This controls everything in your vehicle. Air conditioning, starters, shift solenoids, or shifting modules or something for the transmission. Windows, power windows, locks. The list goes on. Here's the list. I mean, every little thing. Wiper blades, starter. Underneath here is a ton of plugs. 4 or 5, actually I think there's 6 big plugs that plug into the bottom of this. Here's what I'll show you. So here is a Topens from a junkyard I went to while we were downstate a couple weeks ago. Here's the bottom of it. Let's see, where's the sunshine? There we go. And shadows. There we go. So there's a bunch of plugs, 6 plugs right there. And you could see, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see, there's some corrosion on this one. And right where that corrosion is at is where there's a transmission module. And that's what we were having. We were having issues with the whole dash lighting up. No speedometer. No, the ABS light was on. Airbag lights are on. Just basically a Christmas tree on the dash. And your speedo doesn't work. Or your odometer doesn't work. So that corrosion feeds up into these relays and all these fuses. So I went and picked this up for $35. I had to take it out of the vehicle myself. There's no guarantees that this one's any better because, like I said, it has this corrosion on it. I just wanted to have a backup plan in case I break something. So this was a $35 gamble, but to take this box out, ship it out, and have it repaired and cleaned and refurbished was a $550 to $600 thing. I love this truck, and I honestly, I like this truck more than I like my new truck. I really do like these old Dodge Rams. They're good trucks. I had one, an 03 just like this, back when I was in my 20s, and it was a good truck. It went to like 250,000 miles, and I only got rid of it just because I needed to run my business and have something a little more reliable. And I found a good deal on that white truck that we had when we bought this property. So I just use these trucks. They're work trucks. They're not babied, but they have issues. This vehicle's 23, 24 years old. But I could live without the ABS. I could live without the speedometer because we're just driving to town once in a while with this truck. Get materials. Use it for firewood. Right now it's full of all the broken windows we had and junk, so it needs to go to the dump, and we need to do a dump run. But I could deal with that stuff as long as it drives, but it wasn't driving good last fall. It wasn't shifting right. Like, it would just wouldn't shift out of second into third, and some people would just say, hey, that's a transmission issue, but I don't think it is. Because I think it was a voltage and miscommunication issue from this Topens. But now that this battery's dead, there is a small micro chance that there wasn't proper voltage going through all our fuses, like just a lack of voltage or a miscommunication of voltage could cause even more restriction on the resistance, I assume, of this fuse box. And that could be part of my issue. So let's change the battery and see if this thing shifts good. And I'll drive it up the hill and, take it to neighbor John's. I got a little gift for him for helping me out, all he does. And if it drives good, we'll drive it around the neighborhood and see if it shifts good. And then I'll take this Topens out and see how damaged this original one is, if that's the case. So let's swap a battery first. Let's go the easy route first. You always got to do the easy route first. Hey guys, so I'm over here trying to surprise Jen. I'm going to get her outdoor shower hooked up. And the sponsor of today's video is going to help us with that, AQUASTRONG. We're putting a brand new pump in here, the AquaSmart 45, so we can have better pressure and pressure on demand. We're going to get this guy installed, and we're going to show you how it works. So the AquaSmart 45 is an on-demand booster pump. This is going to give us great pressure through our entire cabin or home. So this pump is made to be installed indoors. We're going to build the box here around it and get it nice and weather tight, but you're going to install this in your basement or crawl space. It's going to be on an incoming line to the house. Say you have a large home and you have bad pressure over at the other end of the house, this is going to help solve that problem. And it's going to keep good pressure up to 80 psi throughout your entire home. All right guys, easy as that. 1-inch female threads coming out of the pump, and we have some PEX adapters that take it to the suction and go discharge through the filters. All right, guys, because we're under the water level, we don't need to prime it, but you need to put a little bit of water in this if you're sucking water uphill or out of a cistern that's in the ground. This pump is actually perfect for off-grid applications. You could hook it to a rain catchment system or suck it out of a cistern underground, but it's also a very energy efficient pump. It's 550 watts and it's a variable speed motor, and it's water on demand, so it doesn't run all the time.
Shower's running.
Look at that. Way better, way better. Good stuff. This is the perfect pump for off-gridders. AquaSmart 45 is on demand, so it comes on when you need it. If I want to water something out here in the yard while Jenny's filling up our water filter system, it's not going to kill the pressure. Very versatile pump. I really, really like it. So all we got to do here is put a roof over it, case this in so it's out of the weather, and it's ready to go. Nice, easy install, big upgrade for our system over here at the mini cabin. Check out the AquaStrong AquaSmart 45 booster pump here. This will work really good for you. If you're going off grid too and you want an on-demand pump, check it out. Use the links in the description box below in the first pinned comment. You'll get a great deal on one. B for now. Let's get this old battery out of here. Oh, 10. Son of a gun. I don't know if I have a terminal cleaner. I don't need a terminal cleaner, but I do need to clean the posts on this. Oh, I need to get this bracket out too that's holding. You guys know how to fix your own stuff? Or at least try. You know, a lot of people don't do their own car stuff just because they're scared. But, you know, doing my own car stuff is how I got into watching YouTube. That was the only thing I used to watch YouTube for, was fixing my old Jeeps and these old trucks. Putting a water pump on one of these trucks is not an easy task if you don't know what you're doing. So, good old YouTube. There we go. A lot of corrosion on there. Ha! Ha! See? I do have a cleaner in here. Sweet. Perfect. This pesky little guy It holds the battery in. There we go. So fresh and so clean. Go get my $10 back for that. So guys, what's your favorite battery brand? Like, I've more lately seen Decas and everything, but I don't know where Deca came from. But honestly, this battery back here is an interstate battery, and I have batteries in my fishing boat that I've had for, they're over 10 years old, and they still work. Knock on wood. But people have said that interstate batteries aren't made by the same company or aren't still good. So I don't know. What's the best battery company out there? What do you guys run in your car or vehicle that you depend on every day? Let's not forget to put this back in. This is an AC Delco battery, and I bought it at the green store. It says it has a 36-month warranty. I don't know if that's depreciated or whatever they call it. Where they'll give you less the older it is. But better than a 1-year warranty from O'Reilly's or the car store. So, whew. I need to get some coolant in this truck too. Alright, perfect. Guess this probably should have been tucked down somewhere, huh? That'll probably hit the top of the hood, but anyway. What's the next thing? Oh, this truck has been sitting in the woods all winter, so probably a smart thing to do the next check. A couple things to check. Check the oil. Make sure there's still oil. It's a dirty oil, but it's still full. Dirty oil, but still full. Oil changes on the list. I think I bought the stuff to do this. Transmission fluid is supposed to be checked when it's on, but there's still fluid in there, so that's good. Always check your air box when your trucks have been sitting in the woods. Always check it. Because it's a nice big home for mice to move into. So there's an opening right here to grab air. It goes right in to here, and mice like to make nests in here, nice and dry and secure. Nothing keeping a mouse from crawling right in here, but the filter keeps them from crawling up into the throttle body. So always check that. Truck will have a hard time running if it sucks in a bunch of mouse litter. Here we go. Let's go see if she starts up. Oh. Brake light, ABS light, airbag light, seatbelt light, lamp out light. Alright guys, a few of these lights might just be because, you know, the door's open. The door ajar light. Yep. Both of these old Rams I've had as well have had the same issue with the brake light burning out, and the same one. So, you know, that's got to be like a loose connection or a connection that gets wet. Success! She started up. Good running old trucks. This truck only has like 120,000 miles on it. I bought it with 99,000. So I only had it for a year or so. Put a lot of miles on it because we drive around the state and up and down and all around. That's why we bought the new truck, because we needed to travel safely. This thing was doing that too. It was like chugging a little bit. But let's go take her for a cruise up the hill. I just want to see if it shifts good. If it doesn't shift good, I need to rip that Topens out. So let's go for a little cruise up and down the road. It was doing that too, or it would like stall out. Not just when you rev it, but it would stall out just from sitting here idling. So like I said, I don't know this truck. I'll put that new Topens on it and maybe put some stuff. Maybe it's due for a tune-up. I don't know. Might have the original frickin' everything in it. I still want to dump money into this thing, but I don't. It's a nice solid truck, so truck's not running real great already, but whatever. We'll run up to camp. We'll run up to John's and back and see. I got this truckload of crap I need to get rid of. Just pile of garbage. And I forgot my key fob to open the gate. Let's go see if she at least cruises on the highway. Maybe it's something to do with moisture and the cold and air mixture. I don't know. It was a transmission though. It wasn't the engine running. The engine running's been, could just be a tune-up. Or be a vacuum line. I feel like it's got to be a vacuum line, but I am not a vacuum line specialist. So it runs fine when you're giving a little gas. And it runs fine half the time. It just sometimes it just decides to. I mean, I don't know. That could be 100 things. So I'll have to Google it a little bit, I guess. Let's drive this thing more than 5 miles an hour. I guess worst case scenario, this thing just ends up being a firewood truck. I was hoping to put some chains on it and get a plow for it, but you can't ever find plows for this old of Dodge Ram 1500. They're all made for, you know, all the plow kits or mounts are made for 2500s or first gen or second gen, I mean. I just want to get this thing going like 45 and see if it shifts funky like it did last year. Like I said, it might be like a fraction of a percent that it was, the battery wasn't pushing enough volts to that shift module or whatever relay that's in the fuse box, because it's right where it was corroded on the new Topens. All I could think is, like I said, if there wasn't enough proper voltage going through there and it was restricted by being corroded, maybe that would cause it, but I'm probably wishful thinking. I should replace that or swap the Topens just to experiment with it, but I want to take it apart and really clean it good. I've never done that before. See if I can save myself $500 by just cleaning stuff up good. Alright, let's see what she does. Want to be able to drive this thing to the dump and get rid of the stuff in it. I don't need to drive it hundreds and hundreds of miles every week. Shifting good so far, unless it's a moisture humidity issue, like it was getting pretty cold and shitty. I don't know. I don't like unreliable things, but everything's unreliable now. Even brand new stuff breaks. Driving good. It's going 60. Going 60. Alright guys, I'm gonna drive around a little bit. Maybe we'll throw that Topens on it just for giggles. It is a, you know, it's not a 2-minute job, but it's not that big a deal, I don't think. Let's do that. I gotta fix the trailer. I gotta fix the splitter. I got a lot of stuff to fix, so hopefully I'm not boring you to death with this video. I was gonna have a talk with you guys about money, give you guys an idea of how, more so how we went off grid and how we live the life that we live without making a ton of money. And we've done okay for ourselves the last couple years now that YouTube's picked up, but we've never made a ton of money. So fixing this truck and messing with this stuff and doing what I'm doing and just figuring things out has played a big part in how we've been able to do what we're doing. And, you know, Jenny is okay with that. I'm 42 and only bought myself a few nice things, and my life, I mean, we have lots of nice stuff, but we're very particular what we do. I always try to buy things that I can't lose money on. Like this truck, I spent $4,000 on it. I've driven it for a year, 20,000 miles. and we could just use the crap out of it and probably get a couple grand for it if it's still a worthwhile truck. If it's a heap of metal in the woods, then it's not worth $500. But I drove the first 5 years of my life, 5 to 10 years of my life, and it never cost me a penny because I always bought things for a good deal, or things that were beat up or broken or dirty. You clean them up and you use them for a year or two, and then you sell them, and then you sell them for more than you bought them for. Kind of like flipping houses, but with vehicles. And you know, people say that things are expensive now, but things were always expensive that were nice. You just have to put in some sweat equity with stuff, and you know, that's part of the game. But anyway, I was hoping to have a little bit more talk about money and about how, you know, like my background a little bit than just a 2-minute conversation like this. But so live below your means, I guess. I don't know. I gotta fix this trailer because I gotta use this trailer. I don't know how to do this. I don't know whether to hook it up to the truck or not. I guess I gotta hook it up to the truck. Let me show you what we're doing here. This is not supposed to be angled like this. I hit a stump and it yanked the bottom over. Alright, so some guy had this. Said a buddy gave it to him and he would never use it after he had it for a while. There you go. It's pretty heavy duty. It's not brand new. So very nice. I was telling you guys earlier, I hope I had the camera running. You guys missed it because I had the camera off, but the owls are hooting now. All the birds are Twitter-pated. I thought I was recording. You guys hear it? I'm talking. There's one that's like right over here, a couple hundred yards, and there's one like a quarter mile away, or 100, half a mile away or something. You can hear them talking. I don't think the GoPro pick it up. It's kind of the disappointing part of this whole off-grid filming, vlogging adventure is that we don't have like superb $10,000 cameras all the time with us. We don't have them in general. I don't have them, so it can't pick up sound and beautiful stuff as well as I'd hoped or wish we could. So it's just not the same thing. So anyway, sun's shining. It's not 30 degrees, so pretty happy. Hopefully that's enough. See if these are the right size. Ta-da. Hi, puppies.
So it's not.
What?
It's not going well. Or it is now.
Going about as good as I expected it to go.
So super great.
Everything takes longer than you hope. In theory, it should take 10 minutes if the bolts aren't old and rusty. My cheerleaders are here. All three of them. Alright guys, job's done. Now I can use the trailer. I will try not to ram it into that stump going up the hill ever again. I wanted to try to dig those stumps out in the middle of the road coming up to the cabin like 100 times, but they're so big, I don't know if the backhoe on the tractor would do it. So anyway guys, that's it for that. Jenny is done working now, so now I get to start another whole layer of projects, I'm sure. So we gotta get the wheel on the splitter still, or the tube, see if that will work. Then we gotta get everything set up for the greenhouse. Get some ideas and go in there and look around for a little bit, right? Or did you have something else on your mind?
You were looking at the water earlier, so I was wondering what.
I just got to come up with a plan. We got to redo the water system so it's a little more 4 season ready. And you know what we did works good for 8 months out of the year typically. So we're gonna go up to the cabin and start something else. I don't know if that'll be the end of this video, or we'll see you in the next video. I wanted to work on the truck, but I didn't get the truck all done. I just got the battery in it and test drove it. So All right, we'll see you guys later. You like the weather? You happy? Are you happy about the weather?
Are you happy it's nice out finally?
Good puppy. A pretty good life, huh?